Good morning. It's Celeste of Astrology by Celeste with a frog in my throat. Ooh, I should have cleared my sinuses first. Sorry. Anyway, I'm going to light my birth date candle with the right size match so I don't do what I did last week with it falling in. Yes, I love this beautiful candle. So you can get one for yourself or for someone else. It has their birth date and all this information about the astrology, numerology, blah, blah, blah. You can go to the link in my bio. I'm an affiliate and you get a discount if you buy through my link. Yes, I love these. They are such a great gift. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, last week I had a little short match and it fell in. It was like, one of these days I am going to set my paperwork on fire if I'm not careful. Yes, hopefully this won't be happening. Yes. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. Hi, Kristen and Lara and everyone. Hi, Joelle. So good to see you. Welcome, everyone, on this it's a beautiful day, even though the weather's not good here in California. We need the rain. Yes, we do. Hi, Elkina and hi, Louisa and Ashley. So good to see you. Okay, let's get going because there's a lot to talk about. This is Celeste of Astrology by Celeste. And this is the Celestial Insights program where I'm going to talk a little bit about the astrology and events in the news. And then I'm going to pull 3 cards for oracle guidance to help us prepare for the big full moon in Leo on Wednesday. Yeah, but there's so much going on. Yes, there's 10 of them. Good morning, Teresa. 10 of them. What's 10 of what? Do you have 10 children? 10 pets? What is there 10 of? I'm very curious. Inquiring minds want to know. My inquiring mind wants to know. Ooh, are you a Leo? Wonderful. Okay. So, of course, as always, listen to the Celestial Insights podcast for a deeper dive into all the transits of the week. I talk about 3 big things I want you to think about and then give you a daily word of the day and insights on each day. And that's available wherever you listen, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. This week it's called Tick, Tick, Boom because Uranus is stationing to go direct on Friday. And 5 days before, 5 days after a planet, it's an optical illusion, but from our perspective here on Earth, it appears like it's slowing down and then preparing to change direction. It almost like stops in the sky, stops in the zodiac. And yeah, for Uranus, the great awakener. So really pay attention to what you're awakened to about just anything, but also Taurus topics like self-esteem, self-worth, what you value, what you use your resources for. You may get some awakenings about these topics. Yeah, and some people may get some surprises. Yeah. So hopefully only happy surprises this week. Yeah. But be careful, be mindful to slow down if you have anything around 19 degrees of the fixed signs. So that would be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, because that could mean there's more of a story in your life. And Uranus, it's really brings wisdom and awakenings and things like that. But it can also be symbolic of like a trip and fall, like if you're not paying attention. And if you trip and fall with Uranus, it might be, you hurt yourself. So just be careful. Or you're not paying attention driving and there you bump into someone or something like that. So hi, Marilyn. Yes. So pay attention to that, and we'll be seeing Uranian stories in the news. Yeah, I did a great webinar yesterday about the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. If you want to get the replay, you can go to my website, astrologybyceleste.com, on the events page. It'll be there. You can just get the recording. Yeah, so many people it was just a great, I love my community. People are just so nice to each other and supportive and kind and yeah, and interested in learning. And yeah, so thank you all the people for coming and just the positive energy and vibes that everyone brought to the experience, which is expected when we're talking about Jupiter, this great benefic that unites and brings people together. So I taught about the transits, how to prepare, because we're already seeing all these events about the two topics, yes, coming together. As always, you can come book a reading, and Astrology Foundations 201 starts on Wednesday, January 31st at 5 p.m. Pacific time. This class is a 5-week class where you need to already know the basics about the zodiac signs, the planets, the aspects, and the houses. And then we're going to take it to the next level and dive deep. So you'll learn how to find everyone in your life in your chart with derived houses. You'll learn a lot about chart rulers to understand. It really helped people, because when you first start reading natal charts, you look at this thing and you try to put together every single thing that's going on, and you go all over the place. I remember I used to spend 5 hours preparing a chart. No, once you learn some skills about focusing in on like the primary chart drivers and the chart rulers and derived houses, you can more focus in on how this personality expresses. So yeah, so you can join this class if you like. It's 5 weeks for $222, and you can pay in 2 installments if you like. Oh, good, Elkina, download and open, and you love it. Yes, when I like something, I will not shut up about it. And I love the open nervous system reset. It is, right now, it's free for the rest of the month, but it is just so beautiful. I am absolutely loving it. You get every day, you get a meditation, a breathwork practice, a movement practice, and a sound healing. You don't have to do them all. And after you do one, you get this beautiful quote. Yeah, but every day it's a different topic, and yeah, it's really, really well done. And you can just Google open nervous system reset. Yeah, I just love it, love it, love it. Yes, and I'm recommending it to everyone. Yeah, it's just a beautiful way to, if you get agitated during the day, to bring some calm and peace. Great way to start the day rather than doom scrolling or whatever. And great way to end the night. They also, at night, they have things to relax you before you go to bed. So I am loving it. Hi, Leslie. Okay, let's get going. So today, Aquarius season started on Saturday. The sun is in Aquarius, the sign of the future, the sign of equality, the sign of taking what was and the traditions and making things better. That is one of the primary drivers of Aquarius energy, is to improve things, to make them more fair and more equal, rather than like Capricorn, the hierarchical nature of things. And one of the things I was so looking forward to, but really wanted to see how the astrology was going to play out, was on Saturday. It's just really interesting how the astrology of this. The sun was at 29 degrees and 59 minutes, that last minute of the degree of Capricorn, and it conjuncted Pluto at the last minute of the degree of Capricorn. And then the sun went into Aquarius, and then Pluto went into Aquarius. This big shifting energies on Saturday. And the sun focused us in on things and spotlights things. And it was in Capricorn, the sign of big business, big governments, older people, building structures, architecture. You can think of Capricornian topics. It's a cardinal earth sign. And Pluto is a planet of mass influence, mass changes. And it rules destruction and rebuilding. So Pluto tears things down to the studs in order to be rebuilt. Pluto is about shadow energies. Pluto unearths things, that brings things to light that often are uncomfortable. And it helps you see things as they really are rather than as you would like them to be. For the ultimate goal is for healing. Yes, but it can be difficult to deal with these plutonic energies because it also is like death and mass catastrophes and all this kind of stuff. Brutality is a Pluto word. Yeah, so there were several things that we saw on Saturday that are relating to this transit. I know everybody was talking about Pluto and Aquarius on, on most astrologers, but I was really so interested to see this whole big shift. And there were several things. Number one, Crystal, somebody who was Hugh Hefner's last wife, he met her when she was 21 or 19, something like that. And he was 80 or whatever. And she has written a book about Hugh Hefner. And Hugh Hefner has been very glamorized. Like the Playboy clubs back in the day. Well, he started the magazine Playboy, one of the first, skin magazines. And he was like this guru who created this image of this lifestyle of just absolute hedonism. And one of the things about Capricorn is it can be about this coveted nature and desiring the pleasures of the flesh, like Bacchanalia is Capricornian, just going wild with the devil card in the tarot deck is the Capricorn card, where these two people are chained together, and it's about addiction and materialism and just being so consumed with things on the material plane that you lose some spiritual. You can lose yourself in this kind of materialism and rather than the higher meaning and beauty of life. Anyway, she says strip back the glamour with this book and is talking about the reality of her life with him, where you had a curfew as an adult where you had to be back at the Playboy Mansion by 6 p.m. She talks about how he was agoraphobia, how he just was fearful about going out. She talked about how the Playboy Mansion was run down. In fact, that there was black mold in the mansion. And that's very plutonic. Black mold, this dank place that probably kind of smelled with this black mold. Yeah. And how he was a sex addict, So I felt that was Sun conjunct, Hugh Hefner was such a Capricorn at that last degree, last minute type figure. And so bringing to life, unearthing stuff about him. Yeah. Did I print out his chart? I thought I was going to. Well, I guess I forgot. This morning was kind of busy. I had to get my boo off to work and Debo doing his business outside and all of that. Yeah. Oh, thank you. There's 10 of them for the badge, Teresa. Yeah. Let me see if there are any comments about that. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Marilyn. Yeah. Hugh Hefner really, yeah. Yeah. A lot of people got a lot more than they're signed up for with getting involved with him. A lot of devastation, I think, went on at that Playboy Mansion where women were abused and whatnot. Yeah. Hi, Celestial Hannah. Nice to see you. Yes. Hi, Kofi. Welcome. Okay. So that's Hugh Hefner. Andrew Tate is another one who is this, I guess he was an MMA fighter. I don't know that much about him. But he has created this lifestyle image for bros who are caught up in and he is very like a modern day Hugh Hefner. The spotlight was on him where he lost a bunch of, YouTube took down a bunch of his affiliate videos that had millions of views because of like he has this online academy, business academy, that's supposedly teaching young people boys how to become rich and famous like him, and have all the women and the houses and all of this stuff. He went to jail in Romania for brutalizing women. Yeah, and he's a hyper capitalist. Capricorn is capitalism. Yeah, a hyper capitalist and a guru. So this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, I'm interested to see what happens with him, because he has Uranus at 21 degrees of Sagittarius. So Jupiter and Uranus are meeting at 21 of Taurus. So this is a quincunx. And I'm wondering if, yes, Rebecca, there's a Persephone capture vibe to it all. Yeah, Pluto dragged Persephone down to hell. That is so great, Rebecca. Yes. Yeah, and Hugh Hefner did that. Andrew Tate did that. These young women are wanting the money and the whatever, but what is the cost? Yes. So anyway, there was a spotlight on him with losing all of these affiliates, and he's having a little bit of a rough year. Yeah, because Saturn right now is on his Mars. He has Mars in Pisces, as well as Jupiter in Pisces. So he has the ability, I assume when he was an MMA fighter, he could move really well, in fluid motion and kicking people and whatnot. And he is driven to create this illusion of this dream world that he lives in for people. Yeah, and that gets all these young guys caught up in this, what is it called? Not pickpocket bro, but the pickup artist energy, teaching them how to pick up women and mistreat women and all this kind of mess. Yeah, and he's got this Scorpio stellium, this Venus. He's got a Venus-Pluto conjunction. People are, he's able to almost what I'm going to say is more Neptunian. He's got his Mars in a sextile with Neptune in Capricorn. So he really can craft this image. It has this magnetism that attracts certain people with Venus conjunct Pluto in Scorpio. And is probably extremely, potentially from the way he behaves, controlling over women. Wanting to, I can't even imagine what he does to women who, it's probably very brutal. Yeah. But yeah, it's a Persephone vibe. But how did he become so rich and famous and all of this stuff? You can see it in his chart. He has his sun and maybe even his moon. We don't know his birth time. His sun is at 9 degrees of Sagittarius on Antares, this fixed star. It's one of the royal fixed stars and can indicate success. But with this fixed star, one of the downfalls can be just going to a level of intensity that the situation does not call for. Really intense, which is great for an MMA fighter, but just too much intensity, and you can really see it with him. And he's coming towards Saturn in Pisces, is squaring it's moving away from his Mars, and is going to square his sun and moon. So he is probably feeling a sense of that heavy, wet blanket that Saturn can put on one, and also real consequences of his reckless Sagittarius shadow can be reckless behavior. And Saturn's coming to his Jupiter. He has the sun square Jupiter. He's such a, Jupiter shadow guru type. Yeah. So yeah, he's in for some things this year, I think. We'll see what comes up with him. Yeah. He's such a creep. Yeah. I don't know much about. Yeah, he's a cult leader. Yeah, he's a very much a cult figure for these young. Yeah, I was gonna pull Hugh Hefner's chart, but then I got distracted. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Peaceful. I love that. Peaceful Addie. Yes. Okay. The other one that came up was Alec Baldwin. And on the podcast last week, I was wondering if there would be some kind of workplace incident with the sun conjunct Pluto at 29 Capricorn. Well, Alec Baldwin is back being indicted for the murder. Well, it was the accidental killing of Hala Hutchins, I believe is her name. She was the cinematographer back in 2021. That was an eclipse when there was a lunar eclipse on Algol. Yeah, she got shot. Yeah, it was an accident. But he is being indicted again. So he may have to face charges again for this accidental incident because it was on the set of a work environment. And the production, he was one of the producers, and he may have to be accountable for the fact that there was so much push to make this movie and get it out and this accident happened. Or maybe it was an accident. I don't know. But for whatever reason, there was bullets in a gun which should have had blanks. And he pulled the trigger and she was killed. So he has Chiron in Aquarius at 21 degrees, and Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is squaring that. So we'll see what happens this year with Alec Baldwin. He's got an interesting chart. We don't know his birth time, but he has his Mercury at 0 degrees of Taurus. So Pluto in the sky is squaring his Mercury, conjunct his South Node. I mean, he's someone who's always getting in trouble because his mouth can get, like, he goes off on people. Like his little daughter, there was that horrible thing where there was a voice recording of his calling his daughter names. And yeah, that Pluto squaring his Mercury. So his thought processes is probably very stubborn. He's an Aries sun, but his Mercury's in Taurus. He's got a great voice. I think he's done stage acting. Yeah, he's a really good actor. Yeah, but that Pluto squaring his Mercury is probably Pluto can like bring up the terror, our deepest fears. And I'm sure he's very scared about like potentially going to prison, which he may very well. There's really this grand jury, I believe, has indicted him. And so that's probably bringing up all kinds of stuff. And with this Jupiter-Uranus squaring his Chiron, I think he's probably feeling like a lot of fear about what is potentially going to be coming up for him. And he's got a moon and Jupiter in Libra, so that South Node is coming for his moon. We don't know the exact degree, but yeah, he could have a bit of a rough year because his sun is being eclipsed at the next lunar eclipse in September-October time frame. So we'll see what goes on with him. I mean, it's really a sad story. Yeah, flat out wonderful. Yeah, he pulled the trigger. It's okay, Martina. You can listen back if you want, or yeah. And we're kind of just still at the beginning. Yeah. So that's Alec Baldwin. So that's the other thing we saw. It happened last week, but it made international news on Saturday where the Israel army blew up like the last university in Gaza. And it was just, wow. The image, I feel like it was such a shocking image. It's very Jupiter-Uranus. Jupiter rules educational institutions. Uranus, it's gone. But the sun at that last degree of Capricorn, and Pluto at the last degree of Capricorn being like a physical building, that mass destruction of Pluto. Yeah, that was an image I felt was very about the sun, Pluto, and Capricorn. And then the sun moved into Aquarius, and then Pluto moved into Aquarius. And on Saturday, around Germany, over 100,000 people have taken to the streets. This has been going on a while, but On Saturday, it got really where there were so many people this weekend protesting about the fact that these right-wing groups are gaining control in Germany, and they want to do a mass deportation of foreign-born people, whether they're national citizens or not. They just want to kick all these people out of the country. And the people are standing up and saying, no, we are not going to allow this to happen. So that was a beautiful thing about seeing Pluto in Aquarius and the sun in Aquarius. Pluto's power to the people, and the people are standing up for each other, Aquarius, saying that's not fair. No, you're not going to throw all these people out of the country. Pluto in Aquarius is also the mass movement of and the attempts to displace mass numbers of people. Donald Trump said if he's president again, he's building camps. He didn't say what for, but we know how much he hates people from other countries and non-white people. Yeah. So whatever he has planned for these camps, it might be about the border, I don't know. But yeah, that's not sitting well with a lot of people. Also in Israel, they're talking about, and this has been going on, trying to do a mass migration of Palestinians elsewhere out of Gaza. And there was some news that broke on Saturday about that plan. And they're taking the money, the Gazan money, and moving it to Norway rather than to the PLO. Yeah, so there's a lot going on in Israel around that, and we're going to see more. Yeah, Diane, it's just horrible. I know. The leaders, I would love to see Benjamin Netanyahu, who's just awful, and his whole right-wing cabinet, him and Hamas duke it out amongst themselves and leave the people alone. It's just it's very scary. Oh no, I didn't see a storm. A storm, Isha, affected Britain and Ireland last night. No, I'll have to Google that. Or send me something. Yeah. Send me something about the storm. Yeah. Okay. There's a global strike this week. Yeah, Donald Trump in his mouth. Yeah, Netanyahu's. He's pretty bad. Yeah, they're trying to negotiate an end to the war, and so far they're not able to. It would be wonderful if when Venus meets Pluto, if the war could end. That's happening next month. That would be great, but I'm not hopeful about that. Yeah, the spotlight on plutonic things. Like the New York Times Daily is a nice podcast that is a little short chunks where they highlight a story. And today was about South Africa bringing the case. South Africa is bringing a case to the International Court about what's going on in Israel, accusing Israel of genocide. So that's still ongoing. But that was, so notice the spotlight on plutonic topics over the next couple of days, as well as Uranian topics like sudden events that have a catastrophic nature. And we're going to have a full moon on Thursday at 5 Leo. So you can look at your chart and see if you have something around 5 Leo. I think it's going to be a very intense full moon where a lot is going to be illuminated about Leo topics. The sun in the sign of the collective, Leo, the sign of royalty and leaders and things like that. Israel has a 5-degree Leo moon. So does Ecuador, has 4 or 5-degree Leo moon, and they had a bunch of mess going on the last couple of weeks. So notice what is revealed about Leo topics and people. Lions, see if you see news about lions in the collective or big cats, celebrities, there's always something, royalty, all of these kinds of things. And this tension of opposition between the people versus the Leo people, because they are Pluto is opposing them, and there's going to be changes. The world is changing, and I think some people are out of step in understanding that, especially like Netanyahu I think is going to be up for some surprises about how he's not going to be allowed to just keep going on. Oh, yes, that's right, DeSantis. Okay, yeah, that's the chart we're going to talk about. Okay. We're going to talk about DeSantis. Yeah, because he, on Saturday, as the sun moved into Aquarius, stepped down from his attempts to be president. Yeah. And I have his chart here. Ooh, where's his chart? Oh, no. Did I leave it in the other room? No. Did I? Oh, here, it's on the floor. Okay. Okay, this is a good one. And Ann Ortley has rectified his chart. Rectification is a technique, when I do this as well, where you take events from people's lives. You can come up, if you don't know your birth time, you can come up with a list of events in your life, and I can help you back calculate your birth time. And she did it for Ron DeSantis, and I think she is right. She has 2:49 a.m. for him, and that gives him a 24-degree Cancer rising. And so on the day, on Saturday, when he stepped down, Mars, the planet of action, drive, assertion, in the sign of Capricorn, which rules governments, was coming to square Chiron. Mars transits come in a little early, and so her chart has his midheaven at 14 degrees of Aries. So Mars squaring his midheaven, he severed and separated from his goal to achieve the presidency. The midheaven is the highest we can achieve in this lifetime. And he really wanted to be president. He has screwed himself so much by going against Donald Trump. He was offering people Donald Trump light, and those people, who support him, Donald Trump, his like ardent fans, want Donald Trump, the original. They don't want the substitute. So anyway, he got out of the race and has endorsed Donald Trump, hoping maybe to be something in his administration. If he does, I'm sure Donald Trump will just kick him around if he lets him be part of his administration. And Mars was also squaring his Pluto. Yeah, so Mars, like Mars square Pluto. This can be a time when we have like this intense will and determination to achieve something. But when the sun, but he realized, it's not happening. He's got an Aquarius moon, and the sun went into Aquarius, and Pluto went into Aquarius. So Pluto moved from squaring his Mars at 26 Libra. So he has his Mars at 26 Libra, and he has his Pluto at 15 Libra. And so Mars in the sky was squaring his Pluto, and Pluto in the sky was squaring his Mars. But when it moved into Aquarius, like it moved out of that square with his Mars. So this intense will, drive, all of that kind of stuff. It's over. It's done. Yeah, you can see that in his chart. And the sun opposite his natal Jupiter at 1 degree of Leo, the sun in Aquarius and Pluto in Aquarius opposite his Jupiter. So spotlighting this Jupiter, this big achievement he wanted in Leo, this big goal he wanted, it's not happening. So yeah, and Pluto can burn down that goal to the studs, and he's got to rebuild something else. And he's in his Saturn opposition. His Saturn's at 6 Virgo. His Mercury's at 7 Virgo. So he has this Mercury-Saturn conjunction in Virgo, which I think he can be very focused and determined about his thought processes. He is one that can come up with, he has a gift to account for things and document the facts and discuss them about different things. He's a very smart guy. Mercury in Virgo. But Saturn's at 5 Pisces opposite. So Saturn oppositions come from it with outside of us. Saturn can feel like a heavy wet blanket. That Saturn opposition, like you're trying to achieve something, build a legacy, Saturn, and you're being blocked and opposed. So you can see that. And Mercury is probably depressed. Oh. So that's mean, but I don't like him. I think he's very mean. Yeah. Yeah. So you can see that in the sky. The timing of him getting out of that race. And his sun is at 21 Virgo. So this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is in a trine. So I'm sure he's like getting advantages from this experience in some way, or growth from this experience in some way. Yes, Marilyn, Nikki Haley's extramarital affairs in the news. Her son is most likely at 29 Capricorn. It's either 29 Capricorn or 0 Aquarius. And right as this was happening, Donald Trump realizing she's his last opponent, apparently there were stories about her having an affair like 10 years ago, and they're back in the news. So Sun conjunct Pluto and Capricorn on her natal sun, her identity, unearthing these old stories. Pluto, often with Pluto, there's a triangulation. There's multiple people involved. She's been accused of having affairs with two guys. I don't know. And it's back in the news. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mama Chiquita. Yeah, I love this shirt. Be brave and kind. Oh, I love that. That's kind of the nodes, the North Node in Aries. Be brave. South Node Libra. Be kind. Well, tactful and all that. Yeah. Yes. Oh, so Raven, your midheaven's at 5 Leo. So really notice. So the sun is going to be on your IC, which is home, family, and foundations, and the moon on your midheaven. So really notice emotionally, do things come up about your family wherever you felt, where there's things about your family where you feel a bit exiled, Aquarius, where you don't fit or it's not accepted. And in the moon, Leo, that impact your pride or your feelings of self-worth? Or can you think about how your family made you feel like you're being your own individual person, allowed you to just let yourself be who you wanted to be? So really think about that Leo Aquarius axis in relation to your family and the legacy you're wanting to build now, or your work. Does someone outside of you and your work make you feel there's a problem about you and how you fit in or something like that? People with strong Aquarius energy can feel like they do not fit at some point or in something in their lives, either in their birth family, their early childhood schooling, their local community. There's that energy. Posture up authentically. I like that handle. Yeah. Yeah, I think, I wouldn't be surprised if DeSantis and Trump have an agreement or something like him for him to drop out. Ooh, you have Jupiter and Leo at 0 degrees. So Pluto is opposite your Jupiter. So you may feel this intensity that maybe even feels like it's coming from outside of you. Look to what houses Jupiter rules in your chart, and where Jupiter and Leo is in your chart. If you want me to look at your chart, you can do my Ask Me Anything, and I'll record you a video. And of course, you can always come for a reading. Oh, so Luna lovers, you have a 6 Leo moon. So you're having a lunar return at the full moon. Really notice what comes up in you emotionally about Leo topics, how you shine your light, how your sense of self-pride, How you create. What are your creations? Yeah, what are your like big things? You're like Leo energy can be like the head of the circus master who's here to show you this big beautiful experience you're about to have. Like what is it that, or Leo the performer, the yeah. What is it that you like with your grand vision of something that you're creating in order to inspire people? Yeah. And it can be all sorts of things depending on where it is in your chart. Hi, Ziggy the Wine Gal. So good to see you. Chiron and Aquarius. You may notice what's coming up within you with Pluto coming to your Chiron and a Grace. This could be deeply healing. Like some things, shadow energies may be exposed, and things about Chiron and Aquarius, how as a young child, the wound is around society or belonging or something like that. Yeah, there could be some real healing. Like think about where you are now. Yeah. Oh, a Leo rising. Hi, Susan. An Aquarius moon at 1 degree. You're feeling Pluto on your moon, really unearthing things, I bet. Unicorns of the world. Yeah. Who are you talking about? The unicorns of the world. Hi, Joanna. Jai, the unicorn is such a Uranus word. And like, so if you signed up for the recording and you haven't gotten the email with the link to it, you signed up for the webinar yesterday, email me and I will send it to you because it means you're not subscribed to my mailing list, so I can't send you the email. And in it, I talked about some of the movies that are coming out in April at the same time of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. And some of them they're so Jupiter-Uranus. Yeah, you will see films, TV shows reflecting the astrology. And one of the movies is about WeWork. And it's something about the $47 million unicorn. $47 million or $1 billion. A big, massive amount of money. Jupiter and Taurus. A unicorn, something really unique. This brilliant, one-of-a-kind idea. Uranus in Taurus, and Uranus is like the unicorn. In Taurus, they built all of these or rented out all of these workspaces for people to co-work together. And it's very Pluto and Aquarius, like people working from home can come to these offices in order to do their work, as well as if you go to a different city and you just need an office or to host an event, you could use those WeWork spaces. But I believe it's gone bankrupt. Pluto, it's like destroyed. So maybe it's being rebuilt. I don't know what's going on with WeWork, but there's movies about it and all in a TV show. But now there's this big movie coming out. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, they're accusing her of a couple of affairs. Yeah, well, her husband was deployed. I'm not sure if they're saying while he was deployed, she was messing around. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But that's up in the news. How do you get the information about the degree? So when you pull your natal chart, and you can go to my website, and there's a link at the bottom to get your natal chart. So it's astrologybyceleste.com, or you can just go to astro.com, and when you pull your chart, it will tell you the degree of the planet. Yeah. Oh, Ziggy has a 1 degree Aquarius rising. Yes. So I hope you are feeling empowered with this Pluto coming to your ascendant. Like, how are you stepping into your power? How are you changing relationships, maybe for more fairness and equality with the South Node in Libra, letting go of people pleasing or just going along to get along or that sort of thing, and like stating your needs, even if it's uncomfortable. Yeah. Oh, hi 1K Brown. Keisha, I think Keisha. You're Leo rising. Yeah, so you may be feeling that plutonic energy coming from outside of you. Oh, Teresa, I'm so glad you loved the webinar. Oh, yes, the Boeing planes. Yeah, that's a Jupiter-Uranus story. These planes, doors flying off. Okay, I have not flown American Airlines forever. Not American Airlines, Alaska Airlines. And this is the airline that had this the window fall out, and there's been another thing happening with their planes. I'm supposed to fly them in May to go to Seattle because it was cheaper than Southwest that I usually take. So I hope it's not going to be a problem. No, I hope not. I think I booked it while Mercury retrograde? Why would I book it while Mercury was retrograde? No, it must have been direct, but maybe in the shadow. So I hope it's not going to be a problem with this plane. I hope they get it together because the government grounded a bunch of planes. But Jupiter, long distance travel, Uranus rules aviation. Yeah, Jupiter, Uranus. These problems with these planes. We have what here in Martina in Paris? Sorry, sometimes Oh, yes. Oh, you're welcome, Teresa or Therese. Ziggy, yes, big shift in your relationships. Cleaning house, so to speak. I love Narayana Montufar, and we're going to be talking about the Leo moon, the Leo full moon tomorrow. I love how she calls the South Node a cosmic broom. You're like sweeping things away, cleaning house. Yeah, and I have stolen that from her. Yes, I have. How do you find the planet on your chart, 1K Brown? You can look at your chart, and each planet it'll have a degree and then a minute. So you look for the degree. You can Ask Me Anything if you want me to tell you. Yeah. Oh, a plane went off the runway in New York and a plane crashed in Virginia. Yeah, there was a plane crash here in California. There have been a bunch of these little plane crashes. Hopefully there's not going to be a big plane crash with this Jupiter-Uranus. Yeah, we work. Oh, yeah, we work in. Thank you, Martina. Sometimes I don't see the comments right away. And you know how I'm talking about all these different things, and I don't know what the comment's about. So if you put a comment, yeah, it's good to just maybe let me know what you're commenting about. Oh, good. Great. I love that, Ziggy. Oh, happy birthday, Teresa. Is it your birthday today? I'll pull you a card if it's your birthday. Oh, Dory is... Okay. So, Dory, if your moon sign is... Especially if it's under 5 degrees, you're more likely to feel this full moon and this Pluto in Aquarius more intensely. So notice what is unearthed emotionally within you. If things come up that are uncomfortable, try not to push them down. Try to let it come up to be examined. The moon's in Gemini today. Write it down, journal. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific time, it's on my wall and there's a remind me button, so you can just click the remind me. Oh, your 66th birthday. Let me pull you a card. I'm going to pull you a card from the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. I love this tarot deck. Yeah, it's so wonderful. Let's see. For Teresa, it's your birthday. Let's see. Something for you to think about. And this is a big year for you. It might be calling for you to examine the shadows because Pluto's conjunct your sun right now. Unearthing things for deep healing. Ooh, I pulled the 3 of Swords, but upside down. So this to me is about healing from grief, healing from difficulties of the past. Because the 3 of Swords is the heartbreak card, but it's upside down. So I Yeah, really notice what epiphanies you have this week, Teresa, because in your chart, like Uranus for your solar return, Uranus is not moving very fast at all. It's barely moving. And the sun conjunct Pluto. So this is going to be a year maybe of a lot of epiphanies as well as deep healing. So this is about a need to heal. But it's also about not accepting loss or being stuck in grief and sadness. But and the mantra is my heart remains tender and open. So this, to me, this Pluto on your sun is about you healing from, I'm sure it's 66. There's been losses throughout your life. What are the ones that you still need to heal from? And it may be about feelings of acceptance, are feeling like the Aquarian stuff. So just think about what is left to be healed. Oh, wonderful, Shell Bell. I'm so glad you loved my recording of talking to Ocean Pleasant. She is so amazing and wise. And she hasn't even had her Saturn return yet. She is just incredible. And we talked on Friday for my Cosmic Conversation. You can see it here on Instagram. I also loaded it up to my YouTube channel. So you can watch it on YouTube or I think I put it on Facebook too. Yeah, talking about making Pluto personal. And it was a really beautiful conversation. Yeah, she studies esoteric astrology. So talking about what it means to have a soul agreement. So check that out. And I have the link to her Substack on my YouTube if you want. Oh, Teresa says, so on point. Your Pluto midheaven is at 0 Virgo. So Saturn's in your 10th house. Oh, Dory woke up on 4 a.m. with inspiration both Saturday and today. Spirit messages, lots of creative energy and guidance for moving forward with my soul-aligned business with the sun and Pluto in Aquarius. I love that, Dory. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I love this deadly serious. Okay, I think I got that. Oh, you're tearing up. Aw, happy birthday. Yeah, sometimes the tears just need to flow. Happy solar return. Okay, the Pluto's not going to get to your 25-degree north node until like the end of the decade. Pluto moves very slowly. So, yes. Oh, yeah. Some people are saying they love this deck. This is one of the decks on it's a beautiful, beautiful tarot deck. Chris Ann, it's the Light Seers Tarot. Yes, it's amazing. You can get it from my Amazon storefront. I get a couple pennies if you buy it from there. Yeah. Okay, let's get to the cards. I'm going to use the Soul Lessons Journey because the moon is in Gemini. So we're going to get 3 words to think about, and this is going to be for Pluto and Aquarius. 3 things to think about with Pluto and Aquarius. This is by James Van de Praagh, and it's also on my list. I love this. It is, who is this? Hay House. It's a Hay House deck. James Van Praagh. I hope I said that right. He was, he was the creator of the Ghost Whisperer program. This is a perfect deck to talk about with Pluto and Aquarius. The Ghost Whisperer, moon in Gemini, sun in Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius. That was a show with Jennifer Love Hewitt. I used to watch that back in the day. Oh, thank you, Teresa. She's saying, thank you for my kindness and hopes it returns to me threefold. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, good, Susan. I'm glad you love my chat with Ocean as well. Witchy kid. Yeah, she is an old soul. Yeah, she's so wise. Yeah, she is. Yeah. I'm glad you liked it too, Anna. Yay. Yeah, check it out. I'll put it in my stories afterwards so people can also, if you haven't seen it, you can watch it. Okay. Okay, let's see. What are our cards? And remember, you can go to my website. I'll put it available in my link for the workshop if you want to watch the Jupiter-Uranus workshop. Class begins next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific for Astrology Foundations 201, going beyond the basics to improve your ability to know where to start with chart reading and dive right in. You can check out my website to see if you're interested in taking that class. Yes. Oh, I love this. This is so perfect. Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. The moon is in Gemini right now. Aquarius, you know, there's something, Aquarius is an air sign. And yeah, I love this. Remember when there was Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, and this was the Zoom meeting. This was right at the beginning of COVID, where the Zoom meeting was, there was some court case, and the guy came up looking like a cat. And he's saying, I am not a cat. And it looks like the cat, this was a lawyer. And there was a lawyer and the judge and the other lawyer. And it was like we were just getting used to being in isolation, or whatever you call the quarantine. Yeah, and it was everyone there just laughed it off. Now, you could have had a jerky judge, or you could have had like a Ron DeSantis who would have been like, what are you laughing about? Get serious. No, the judge just kind of rolled with it, and they all just had a little laugh and some levity. So bringing, like, even when things go wrong, like trying to have some humor and embrace the lighter side of life. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. This is Jupiter conjunct Uranus to me, as well as Pluto. Jupiter expands the consciousness and the conscious awareness. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. Notice what is coming to your attention as Uranus stations to go direct. Yeah, you may have a lot of aha moments this week. It's happening on Friday. And there's going to be some Uranian events, this full moon, and you may get an understanding of your Jupiter-Uranus story, because as Uranus goes direct, the sun in Aquarius is squaring Jupiter in Taurus. So the sun spotlights things. So notice in your heart what wants to grow, and hopefully you're feeling optimistic, and like Uranus is the Fool card of the tarot with the backpack and the like merrily going off with the dog, and willing to explore new things and take some risks, and having this optimistic, almost like this naivete, like you let go of all the old stories about how things can be hard and difficult. You just have this growth and this goal about expanding yourself. I love it, love it, love it. And last card, forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Ooh, this is a perfect, if you are dating, and if you are, especially if you're dating on apps or something like that, because you have to kiss some frogs in order to meet Prince or Princess Charming. Yes, you do. Can you, if you go on a date that really, you're like, what am I doing here? Can you have some humor and lightness about it? Think about how each opportunity allows you to grow, about learning about what you don't want, even if it's not the best. Yeah. And can you have forgiveness for yourself, and like don't beat yourself up about, you know, whatever your perceived things. Can you forgive like the hurts from the past so that you can welcome new love in the future? Tell your friends, it's Aquarius season. Tell your friends you would like to meet someone. Be honest about what you really want, how you want. Air connects. Go out with some friends to an event that may have people you're interested in. Maybe join a group or a club. You never know what could happen. Tell the universe what you want. Call it in. It doesn't have to be about love. It can be about whatever. Yeah. Humor, forgiveness, and growth. I love that. What a perfect message. Let's see if there are any more comments. Oh, Astrology Hub. Yes, so Astrology Hub, you'll be hearing more about Astrology Hub. It's a community. Amanda Pua Walsh is the CEO, and she's created this community where every month there is an astrologer who presents a topic for learning as well as leads the community in a new moon and full moon workshop, as well as there's new moon circles, the ceremonies. So I am going to be a guide in May. I signed the contract last week. Yes, so I'm so excited about this. You'll be hearing more about it. It's wonderful. So if you're already a member, thank you, Kristen, for recommending me, and anyone else who recommended me. It was like on my vision board. The minute I decided to be a full-time astrologer, I wanted to be an Astrology Hub, a guide, because I loved it. That was like a goal, and now I'm doing it. I'm so excited. I hope I'm not supposed to I hope I'm not going to get in trouble. Nobody told me if I was, but yeah, I love Astrology Hub. They do beautiful work over there, and I'll be telling you more about it probably in March. There's going to be events leading up to the doors open, I think a couple times a year. So if you want to join the community, Thank you, Kristen. Yeah, Kristen answered it, what Astrology Hub is. Oh, your moon's in Aquarius, Dory. Yeah, the Pluto is coming to your moon. So really notice what is unearthed from you, especially at this full moon. I really want you to pay attention this week. Yeah, and Marilyn said she'd rather poke her eyes out than date online. Well, then don't date online. Remember, you can change your life with a hello. Someone at the grocery store or the post office or whatever. The gym. Gym is a good place to meet someone. Kristen has the same thought about dating apps. Bye, Susan. Yeah. Oh, Princess, which sign was that for? Oh, Princess, the readings, these are a global reading. Wednesday is when I do humor, growth, and forgiveness. The collective. Yeah. Thank you, Emmaloni. I'm so excited about Astrology Hub. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow with Narayana Montufort talking about the Leo moon. I'll put the story up. I'll put my conversation up in my stories with Ocean, but both of these things are on my wall as well. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.